Hey, welcome to Boosst Review. In this video, we're going to talk about Boosst. It's a platform that helps e-commerce businesses to get sold and to get bought. So if you're looking to sell your e-commerce business, maybe Amazon business, or you're looking to buy a business, it's possible through Boosst. In this video, we're going to see how it looks, what it's all about, and hopefully it's going to be helpful for you if you're looking to understand what Boosst is. And of course, if you're looking to buy or sell an e-commerce business. There with me, Gal. She is the COO of Boosst. She's one of the co-founders, and she's with us today to kind of help with this presentation, to explain what Boosst is all about. So, Gal, it's good to see you here with us today.
Thank you, Baba. It's really nice being here and see you again.
Good to see you, yeah. Can you tell us about yourself? And then we're going to dive and see what Boosst is, how it works.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Gal. As you mentioned, I'm the COO of the company, of Boosst. Originally, I'm from Israel, from Tel Aviv, and I met there my two other co-founders. I have a CEO and a CTO in the company as well. And we just moved actually to New York to operate from here. My background, I was a software engineer. I worked at high tech, creating solutions for big banks in the US and for enterprises and e-commerce brands as well. And I help them with the user experience of their website and apps, companies like L'Oreal, Adidas, HP, and more. And after I worked in high tech and studied computer science, finished my degree, I decided I want to create a company on my own. So three of us investigate the e-commerce industry. And then we decided to help with the initial market that just started 2 years ago. It's the M&A, mergers and acquisition market for online businesses. And we saw what happened in the market. We saw big buyers raising money and capital in order to acquire those Amazon businesses. And from this point of view, we start reaching out to people, ask the questions, identify the gaps in the market, and we build Boosst to help business owners to truly understand the process of acquisition if they want to sell their business, and create products in order to streamline the whole process for them to make it easier and accessible. Whatever the store is worth, 50K in annual sales or 100 million in annual sales, they can connect to Boosst and start the acquisition process with us.
Awesome. So we're going to see today how it works. And as you mentioned, you started first working for companies, and then at some point you thought like, it could be nice to create something of your own. You met your co-founders and you saw this opportunity in the market of buying and selling businesses. So that's where you started your startup, I guess, right? And it's pretty awesome. So yeah, let's see Boosst. Let's see how it works, how it looks. And we have as you mentioned, we have the onboarding process we can see today. So if somebody comes and wants to use Boosst, then this is what's going to happen. Of course, with the years, maybe what we're going to see here in the video might change, but maybe then I'll record a new video, but probably it's going to stay, as it is for a while. So we're going to have, of course, the link to Boosst in the description for people who want to see it themselves. So Gal, can you share, please, your screen and show us, please?
Yeah, before I start, it's important to say, as you mentioned, we're always changing and evolving. For now, every e-commerce business owner can sign up to our website. But for Amazon owners specifically, we have onboarding stage. So the process of acquisition starts in the beginning of understanding your business valuation. And we do it a bit differently, and we show a more verified evaluation to the business owners because we connect to the real platform. So in order to do that, we need business information and financial information. So we try to make the onboarding process easy as possible for people to understand how to do it fast as possible as well. And let's start. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Excited. Let's see what's going on.
Feel free to ask me questions during the process. You're familiar with Amazon sales in general and businesses in general. So if you have any questions, feel free to stop me in the steps and ask. We're going to see now screens, like 4 screens of Boosst onboarding section for Amazon business owners. So this is the first screen, hello screen, ready to Boosst. Now they signed the agreement, terms of conditions, really simple to use. It's for them. Then they continue to their Amazon business. So here I can connect automatically my Amazon store. This is an empty business, so not a private information they're going to see here, but the user will see his own private information. And this is the first step. We have, as I mentioned, 4 screens. So the first screen is to activate your business, your marketplace. So future-wise, we will have more marketplace. Now we're operating in the United States. So for Amazon business owners that sell products in Amazon Marketplace in the United States marketplace, then it can activate their business. Now it's activated. So I'm not going to press on that. And then they can fill, the second stage is to fill some initial information about this business. So for example, the name of the owner, the business owner, the last name, the company name, and the category. So as you know, every Amazon business owner has his own categories, such as baby products, beauty, cell phones and accessories, and more and more and more. And for us, it's really important in the process to understand which kind of brands we're dealing with. And for the buyer process, we can also find the best match for these business owners if we will know that in the beginning of the process. So the category is really important to understand how to continue the acquisition process from the early stage. A lot of buyers out there, but not everyone is specifically to your category and looking for specifically, for example, health and personal care products. So these steps is really important. Any questions until now?
That's pretty clear.
The third steps in inventory and spend. So two steps actually in the same screen. A question, how do you handle your inventory? And you have an option of Amazon warehouses, third-party warehouses, or both. So you can press and continue. And ad spend. So a lot of Amazon business owners do PPC on Amazon, but there are some other marketing channels for them as well. And this is just for clarification if you're using them or not. And if so, we will ask the ad spend as well in the continue of the process. But for now, if you don't have any of marketing spend on the channel, you don't have to choose any of them. If you do, you can click Facebook or Instagram ads, for example. Then we continue to the last process, and it's the COGS, the cost of goods. Here, it will automate the products of the sellers. So because we already connect our account in the beginning of the process, this is an empty account, but for real account, what's going to happen, you will see all of its products in this screen. And then you can put the cost per item of each product, and you can see here small information about what it means, cost of the product. And this is how we know what's the profit margin of the business, what the net profit of the business, and not just the revenue. So we can calculate a much more beneficial and right valuation and estimation for the business owners in order to continue the acquisition. Here, the seller will see also the image of the product itself, the SKU, and a bit more information about every product. And then you put the information and then continue. And then we Boosst connected. We sync now the information, and in a few days, between 5 to 7 days, we calculated the business valuation, and we're working now on a personal dashboard as well for the users, for them to always see the business valuation, the profit metrics, the net margin, and more. But we're currently working on it. So now when the users sign up and finish the onboarding section, we will send him directly our own estimation of his verified business valuation.
Nice,
questions?
Yeah,
we can
easy.
go back. Yeah,
that's pretty easy here. I think I understand all of the steps, but that's for people who want to sell their business. Now, they'll get after a few days how much potentially they can get for it. But what about the buyers? Can they also talk to Boosst and to get from you these options to buy these businesses, or how does it work for those who want to buy businesses through Boosst?
Yes, for sure. So we have a buyer submission. Let me show you here on the page as well. So we're going to Boosst platform, your Boosst website. You see here, you can buy a business or sell a business, e-commerce business. And we click on buying. We have a few questions for a business owners that want to buy an e-commerce business, such as which platform. If they want to buy Amazon business, Shopify, WooCommerce, eBay, Wix business, or more. Which budget? How much do you want to spend on this acquisition? How much you have to spend to buy an Amazon business, for example? The name of your company. Some buyers already have their brands and their company. So for us, it's important to know. And some comments about what you're looking for in terms of the business that you want to buy. And this is the process. And then we getting on a call with our M&A expert to identify the needs also from the buyer side as well. But it's important for us to know what's the process. Some of them can tell us, I already know, I want this store to buy, and some really new. There are a lot of buyers that are really new in the process, and we do our best to explain it in our first call with them after they sign up for this page.
All right, so pretty much that's for the buyers. The sellers have this other kind of form that we have shown, and then do you connect them? Do you let them talk together, or how do they? How does it happen? Like, can you explain about the process? Like let's say from when the seller fills the form and the buyer fills the form, maybe there was a connection. The seller wants this, the buyer wants that, and it kind of matches. What happens next?
The magic happened.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. But it's really important to not show the information for each side yet. Because when we're dealing with acquisition, we want to leverage our possibilities and to show our information to get our multiple higher. Because, for example, if a buyer can get and see your business and say, okay, I want X amount of money on this business, but then another buyer come into the table. Now we have two buyers that want to buy your business. So then we can leverage that and understand, with us, you can understand how to leverage it better. So from a seller point of view, it's important to go over the process with us. Then we sign a letter of intent as well from both sides that I want this business specifically. We're not showing the information of the seller right away without the seller permission. He's working with us in the process. We signed a letter of intent, and then we can continue to show it for potential buyer. The same as the buyer side. A buyer that's not willing to sign a letter of intent as well will not continue to the process to find the right seller. So after we signed the contracts, we do the matchmaking bar our data resources, and we say, okay, we have the right sellers and the right buyer, they can match each other. Then we go and do the process and match them together. And we help the sellers with the process as well. So it's not just like, yeah, this is how much your business is worth. Here is a buyer. The process, it can take a while. The process can be short. Nobody promised you nothing in the process, but we have a roadmap how to make this happen. So we're creating marketing materials, for example, and then we decided that the seller is ready for acquisition. Then we say, okay, let's go to market. Let's find the right buyer for you. We find the right buyer, and then we connect them together, and then it can happen. They can happen and sell their business, and like it's the right match. And if not, we continue the process with other buyers and investors in the industry. So because we have such a big network of buyers currently and people that are interested in buying those businesses, it's easy for us to say, okay, we have X business, who is interested in this business specifically in this category. Then we identify who's the right buyer. And then because of that, we can leverage the deal and make the deal even bigger and make the multiple even higher for the seller. So this is like the entire process until they meet together. But it's important to do it, I think, with an expert in the process, because sometimes you don't know the process. You don't know who's going to be the next buyer that is really looking for my brand, actually, but I don't know it. I think it's leveraging the network, and it's leveraging your information. So a quick example, a seller can come, show us the information. We can tell him, this is your valuation, but you probably have more on that. You have inventory, so you're worth more than that. You have more you have growth opportunity for growing to different marketplaces. You need to consider that before you're reaching out to a buyer. So all of this information is super important before you're reaching out to a buyer. This preparation step is super crucial before you sell your own business.
So you're trying to make a business owner with his business ready for sale. So maybe you can advise from Boost's side, like maybe where to improve and generally sell how much the business is worth. But maybe you'll see that, hey, like, you can sell it like 2x now. But if you improve your maybe cost of goods a little bit, you lower them down, then maybe it's going to be 2.5 or something like that, if I understand you right. So you're trying to help the seller to get more. And then, yeah, that's pretty much, and that's okay, right? Because we help the seller of the business to get most for their money. And I guess Boostst helps buyers find the right businesses also for the price that they are looking for. So it's kind of fair. And I guess Boostst somehow gets a part of this deal. That's how you create the platform to, I guess, if I understand right, you monetize the business on the commissions from this, which makes sense. Because, if you just go on your own to sell your business, I don't know even how to do that without some guidance. Or something. It's going to be a bit probably hard. How do you transfer the money? How do you transfer the money? Like, let's say, okay, you found two people, one wants to buy, second wants to sell for $1 million. How do they transfer the money to the buyer or to the seller? How does the buyer transfer the money to the seller of the business?
It's a great question. There are multiple ways to do it. You can do it
Okay.
with a bank, with a private firm, with lawyers. You can do it with
Okay.
different ways. Currently, we have partners to help us to facilitate this deal, and we connect them to people that have experience to transfer the money. Future-wise, we will do it in-house. So currently, yeah, to make the process easier, we have also a big network of partners, lawyers, accountants, M&A people, people that transfer money, people that help legally to transfer the account as well. So it's not just the money transfer, it's also the business, the Amazon account, if you have problem with that. So we have the people in our network that help with each of the category in order to make the deal come through in the best ways possible.
I understand. So what's the vision of Boosst for the next 2 years? Like, how do you guys want to, let's say 3 years from now, probably, I don't know, I never created a startup as you guys, it's different. I just have an Amazon business. I have this YouTube channel, a blog, like I have different, it's a bit different, right? It's not the same thing. So although I do also have like a vision to my businesses, that's my businesses. Today, it's about you. What's your vision? What do you see yourself doing in a few years? Generally, how do you want to help the e-commerce world? And yeah.
So in general, when we do e-commerce M&A, we want to help them to sell their business, right? To sell and buy businesses in general. But I think it's more than that. As we see, e-commerce businesses are sometimes not just e-commerce, physical stores as well. And our vision is to help every small, medium business in the United States and global in general. Most of the economy are actually small, medium businesses and not giant businesses that you have the old M&A firm that can help them with M&A, such as JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and all the big players that help with transactions and M&A. But for the small businesses, this is not opportunity because it's not accessible. It's high cost, so it's not affordable, and no tech solution in the process as well. So if most of the business owners can find the solutions, this is why we build a company, Boosst, to help businesses in general, small, medium businesses, to sell their business or even to buy. There are a lot of people, baby boomers, that sell now their business because they want to retire. And this is a great opportunity for the younger generation to actually, instead of building a business from scratch, it's to buy a business, a small business, and to continue it. It could be an Amazon business, it could be a Shopify brand, it can be a lingerie business, it can be any type of business that you think. Some people, I heard him say boring businesses. So those boring businesses can be really profitable and really low risk. If we compare it to startup, for example, startup is really risky to invest. Sometimes they're not profitable. But most of the economy are actually small, medium businesses. Most of them are, can be profitable and are profitable. This is why this opportunity, the trend in the market will expand. And we'll see more people interested in buying businesses and taking loans in order to do that, such as SBA loans. And we'll see more business owners want to retire and want to sell their business to someone else. And this is where Boosst come in and say, okay, we will facilitate the future trends of small, medium business acquisition process and make it easier and fast for every business owner to understand how to do it. Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to have in the description the link to Boosst. So for sellers, for buyers of businesses, you can go check it out. You can just get, I guess, even if you are maybe you don't want to sell right now, but you can submit and see the evaluation at the moment. Just so you know, maybe somebody's like, I have a business, like 6-7 figure business on Amazon. I don't know how much it is worth, right? Like, what can I sell it for? So even if you're not selling right now, you can get the evaluation, get hopefully surprised well surprised. So like maybe you thought like, maybe it's 2x, suddenly like, boom, it's like 4x. Like, whoa, good stuff. So, or the opposite happens. Who knows? Maybe you're like, yeah, my business is 10x the profits, but then it's like 2x maybe, and you have to get to work. But still, and of course to the buyers that are listening, go check out. Maybe there are some businesses for sale that you can get. We have the link in the description. Gal, do I have a few more minutes? I wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
Why did you become the COO? Because this is Chief Operations Officer, right? So you're in operations, right? Why this? Why you didn't become CMO or CGO or other thing? Why? How could
CPO? It's a great question. I think nobody ever asked me this question. It's a great one. I choose this position because I like to do a lot of things in the same time, and I think this is exactly exactly the description, to managing a lot of things in the same time, such as operation. It's the big approach to it. But the COO position, for example, I'm managing marketing channels. So managing people that help with the marketing, and I help the sales process as well. I help with the product design, with customers discovery calls, so a bit of the product, with fundraising as well sometimes. So it's the overall approach as managing things to make them happen. I think this is a COO position, to make things happen. And this is why I choose that, because I like to work with people and I like to work with different kind of industries. And for me, it's just like see how people think about the process, how my marketing manager think about it, how our tech division think about things, our product people think about things. So for that, I think it's from my own personal passion to do a lot of things at the same time. This is why I chose this role of COO, to manage multiple, divisions or processes in the same time.
Yeah, because in the business Boosst, there are many different things happening, right? And there are, if it's chief operations, so these are operations that are happening.
Yeah.
Small, bigger, like, and you can kind of see all of them. You can understand this and that part of the company, and then you have to think. So you have your head, I guess, can somehow operate well in these circumstances, right? I understand you, right? So this leads me to my next question. What makes you a good COO? I mean,
I think I answered that, I think, no?
Because you can, yeah, which makes sense. And what else, let's say? So you can kind of manage multiple things. Maybe what qualities of yours? Just curious.
I like to envision processes. So maybe it can be sound weird, or maybe to the point of what operation actually is, but I like to envision that and draw a process from the beginning to the end, and to see the higher picture of things happening. So I think from this approach, to see the overall approach, the high vision of the process, for example, user sign up, how he sells his business, a lot of things in between. A lot of things can be semi-automatic, can be sell people in the process, can be tech solution in the process. And if you're not seeing the whole process, it's hard to create one. And from my desire to do that and see the overall picture, I think makes me actually do it. So I envision the process, and then I break it down for a lot of different steps in the process and say, okay, this process somebody need to work on, this is a budget for it, and then we can finish a process and make it happen.
Nice. I hope that you'll be able to even further enhance your skills in this. But it's interesting. So you're saying you can see processes, and from bird's eye view, let's say, it's easy for you. So, and then you break them into parts, I guess, and then you can connect all of this together, and then you can present it to, I don't know how it works exactly in the startup, but then you're okay, here's the process, we can migrate, or how to say it, not migrate it, like infuse it or something like that, I don't know the word, into the company, I guess, and then boom, there's the ready process, everything is working smooth, customer experience is good, everything is well. So that's I guess your role.
I wish things like working like that, but I think it's iteration. It's a lot of iteration. So for example, we have a first process, the team is aligned, they like the process, and then something break because the user didn't like it, or it's not working, or some team member didn't like it. So then we change it and iterate, make it the process more efficient. I can give you an example. From a marketing point of view, we now doing marketing operations. So we building a lot of different processes to automate our reach out to people. Or we, for example, working on a couple of our ebooks and content. So in the community, to get our customers more engaged with us and what we do and get more content from us. So this process can be somebody working that manually, but it can also be really automatic process. Users show interest in one of their content, then we refer them the content automatically. Who wants more content? He will get more content. So for example, we're using a lot of marketing ops nowadays to leverage our power, our network, our content and empower people for being more knowledgeable about M&A in general, because we see a lot of gaps in knowledge in the market. So we want people to feel comfortable when you start talking about even selling my business, how it looked like. Let me show you how it looked like even before you reach out to me. Like we want to give a lot of content. And this is why we're using a lot of marketing ops. So I think every process can improve better. How you, for example, how you monitorize the process, how you're tracking. It's the end of the process. You finish something, for example, you had a lot of users sign up, you finish this process. Now let's analyze that from where they came to you.
Yes.
Who is the customer? Are they qualified for, for acquisition or not? So this is a different perspective of after finishing the process, how to optimize that, and then tell the team we need to have changes. This is the changes that I'm thinking to implement. Then alignment in the team as well, and then continue the process again.
How do you know if the process is good to, like, if is it good or not, like based on what, on feedback from the users, from the people, from, how do you define, or it's an endless process of improving the process,
It's asking. For example, the product, we ask a lot of people the questions, why they like the product, why they're not, they click, where they clicking is working or not, if it's intuitive for understanding or not. Some told us, no, I didn't understand that I need to click here next, or I didn't understand what's the title here. I didn't understand what I need to do in the page. And then we go back and then think about it, iterating and continue the process. So it's a lot of learning stage. So this is example from a customer point of view, but you can also go to a sales team and ask, what is not working? So for example, they can say, we need to improve the knowledge that we have for a customer before they're signing up. So we're creating more information in the submission form. So it's asking the people that managing the process and the people that experiencing the process, users, partners, buyers, and things like that.
Pretty awesome. Tell me, Gal, before we wrap it up, is there anything that I should have asked you about Boosst, or you, or a CEO or COO and operations, that I haven't asked and you would like to mention before we finish the call? Maybe about Boosst, something, or generally?
Thank you for asking that, by the way. I think we talk about a lot of things in this call, and it's important for me also to mention that we're building a partners network. And some of our desires in the company is to work with everyone. And we want to help not just, people that want to sell and buy businesses, also people that work in the ecosystem that help those businesses. That can be service providers, agencies, influencers, bloggers, and more. And we want to help them to create more content and be more efficient and get even our users to work, to work with them as well. Because if a business comes to us and is not ready to sell, we want to refer them to the right person. If it's a marketing agency, if it's an inventory company, if it's even individual that help this Amazon businesses or e-commerce businesses in general. This is why we're creating a network of companies that working, and this is an amazing industry. And I think a lot of people teach us and teach in general people how to manage e-commerce businesses, how to be better in that. And this is why we also have a sign up page for people that want to work with us, partners, and they can sign up for affiliate partnership, but they can also sign up just to share content collaboration with us as well. So it was important for me to say, because from one of my jobs in the position of my COO position, it's also our partnerships. And I saw amazing people doing my work, doing it, amazing companies. And in a few weeks, I think from now, we're launching something really special about that, about the partners. So if anybody saw that and you want to collaborate with us, it's important for me to mention that they can also sign up.
All right. So I'm going to have, again, in the description, all the relevant links for people to go to the website. If it's buyers, sellers of businesses, people from the ecosystem, bloggers, content creators, if they want to work, everyone's welcome. Guess there's going to be some form or something like that, so you can get back to the people, whatever way it's going to work. So we have the link to Boosst in the description. Guys, thank you for today. It was really interesting to also hear about Boosst and as well hear about your perspective on how you do things in your company, which is pretty interesting. And what can I say? I just wish you good growth. So hopefully the startup goes to the moon and we go together with the startup to the moon. You know what I mean? Like everybody goes to the moon. Hopefully everybody gets good growth and good life, I guess. So thank you for today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.